Channel 15 Sports in Munger Ridge. I'm proud to bring you American Legion baseball action today from Fairhaven, Billwood Field. It's the game everybody's been anticipating. Well, it's finally here. It's Bennington, post 13, taking on Rutland, post 31. And this is the undefeated bracket. Neither team has lost in the tournament to this point. You're looking at Matt Sharon, number 22, out there on the mound on a beautiful day to be playing baseball. A lot cooler than yesterday. The humidity dropped way down. The breeze nowhere near as strong as what it was the other day. Rutland coming off that come from behind win over Bellows Falls, and Bennington really taking care of Brattleboro surprisingly 8-1. So, and then Brattleboro went on to lose their second game yesterday. They're eliminated from the tournament. They lost 9-2 to Bellows Falls. John McFadden will be up. Matt Sharon recently graduated from Mill River, and he is a competitor. He's standing out there, and he couldn't wait to get things going. And that first pitch will be up and right over the camera. You don't get better than that. That's going to be ball one. Bennington in their blue and yellow uniforms. Of course, Rutland post 31 in their red tops today. They're the number 1 seed. Bennington the number 3 seed. And the pitch coming in from Matt Sharon going to be fouled off into the crowd here. That's filling in nicely, and that's going to be a 1-1 count now. These two teams, obviously, being from the Southern Vermont League, did play each other, and it was a strange series. They split. Rutland winning 2-1 in Rutland and losing 17-9 in Bennington. The 2-1 game, both teams scored their 2 and their 1 runs, both in the first inning. Rutland's winning run came in on a balk, and lay off the high fastball. It'll be 2 balls, 1 strike. To say that this is a rivalry and it's spirited is an understatement. This is Yankees-Red Sox stuff in Legion baseball. So from the full windup, Sharon will look at LaPlaca, the target, behind the plate. And it'll be 3-1. And we've mentioned the battery of Matt Sharon, Anthony LaPlaca. Zach Aquistapace is at first base. Chris Parker is at second. They put Rob Dorian at shortstop and Jeff McLaughlin at third. And that's going to be to McLaughlin. He'll charge, pick up, fire, and nice job. Nice job. They'll get that first out. And sometimes that first out of the game is the toughest and gets the butterflies all settled down, but McLaughlin attacked the ground ball, made a nice throw to Aquistapace. And now Peter Estes is up.
Center fielder, Peter Estes. Number 2.
Well, Estes up there with 1 down, nobody on. We're scheduled for 9. All the Legion playoff games are 9. The short field here is right field is 309 feet, center field's 393, and 338 out to left field. That's a strike on a swing on a fastball. Sharon has a fastball, curveball, changeup, and a ton of confidence in his pitches. I like his attitude. Same location, same result, 0-2 count. The on-deck hitter is Kyle Harris, who was yesterday's winning pitcher for Bennington against Brattleboro. Trying to set the tone here in the first inning, and a check swing popped up, and Aquistapace communicating and making the catch for the second out. Great job between the catcher, LaPlaca, and the first baseman, Zach Aquistapace, to communicate with each other and get that out.
Now batting for Bennington, number 7.
And now Kyle Harris up with 2 down, nobody on.
Second base.
And I will get to the outfield now. What we have is Sean McGuire, your left fielder. Chad Ryan, who pitched very well yesterday in the middle innings, is in center field. And then John Holtman, very underrated, but very good player, who's kind of like the backbone, unnoticed out here, of the outfield line with Dorian and McGuire. And he's in the right field out there, and that'll be a ball. 1 ball, no strike. There's 2 down there at the number 3 spot in the order. Bennington, post 13, the Wild Bunch. And it's a foul ball. Again, Rutland coming from behind in the bottom of the 8th, scoring 4 runs to beat Bellows Falls 7-6. Now, they did throw Rob Turner, for 3 innings in that game. And then Chad Ryan took over in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and got through 2/3 of the 7th. That's going to be a ball low. Goes to a 2-1 count. But then Pamakala threw a 1/3 of an inning in the 7th, pitched the 8th and 9th without a lot of extra work. So I'd imagine Pamakala could be and would be available if they needed him today. 3 balls, 1 strike. So with 2 down, trying to avoid issuing a base runner here for Bennington. There's the windup, and great pitch. That was just heat. Just came in with a fastball. And again, Matt Sharon, physically extremely gifted, has tremendous baseball instincts, but it's his competitiveness that's his big edge. He's just such a competitor. Full count, pitch on the way, And it's going to be down to second base, Parker. Very automatic. He'll pick it up. The first, and a 1-2-3 first inning for Matt Sharon and post 31 of Rutland. We'll come up now with the offensive end of this first inning for post 31 after the fade. See John McFadden, he's going to be the starting pitcher for Benning today. That's the final warm-up. He has Mike Becker behind the plate. That's going to be your battery. And, you know, I never did get their first baseman mark down, but I will do that right now as I'll glance real quick. And I should have known that. Kyle Bolson is at first base.
Number 10.
Kyle Harris is going to be at second base. Kyle Madura is at short. Dan Lappin is at third base. It'll be Rob Dorian in the foreground. He'll be the leadoff hitter for Rutland. We're going to have Sean Yost in left field. Peter Estes in center. And Justin Parmenter in right. And like I said, they split 2-1 Rutland winning in Rutland. And St. Peter's Field and Bennington winning in Bennington 17-9. Actually, a 17-9 game was a lot closer than what the final score indicated. Rutland came back from 6 runs down, and it was actually tied going into the 7th, and that's going to be high and tight for a ball. Dorian's done a nice job. He's going to be a junior this year at Rutland High School. He's a multi-talented, multiple sports star, and, boy, he is a good baseball player, I can tell you that. And he got on top of that one, and it's going to be out of play. Yeah. See on the on-deck hitter, it'll be Matt Sharon, the pitcher today. Again, it's a high sunshine, and there will be the fielders did bring outfielders in left field did bring sunglasses with them, so that is a factor. So 1-1 the count. The pitch going to be high, and it'll be ball 1. Dorian has just blazing speed, so you got to be thinking about the pressure on the defense. They have Lappin at third base, even with the bag almost to the edge of the grass. But a slow ground ball in the infield, Dorian can easily beat that out. Oh, and they got him. Yep. Came inside too tight, and they'll hit Dorian, and he'll be on base with a first runner for either team of the game. Now Matt Sharon up. He coming off a 4-for-5 day yesterday. He had 3 singles and a double.
22, Sharon.
Yeah, and then Coach Sorelli, like I said, really likes to incorporate the running game in his offense, put pressure on the defense by starting those runners, hit and runs, bunts, slaps. He's got a good speedster down there at first base. There's the bunt, and you can already tell he's going to pull the bat back yet and take a pitch outside for a ball. Good eye by the post 31 players here, even though we're only in the second batter in the order, but they're being patient, making McFadden. You're going to have to make him move the ball. He's trying to stay outside, but they're going to make him move it in to the power zone here by not helping him. And that throw down and a runner back. Bolton will apply the tag late, and that's going to be ball 2. So 2-0 now. You've got to be thinking as a hitter. He's got to come with something good in the strike zone for you. McFadden has quite a variety of pitches also. Another thing that happened very well for Bennington yesterday. Oh, that's on the line, and it's going to be dropping in for a base hit. And he's 5 for 6 now. In not full 2 games since we're in the first inning, but he had 4 hits yesterday. A hit today. He's 5 for 6 in the tournament.
Jeff McLaughlin.
Now McLaughlin up with number 3 hitter. And the on-deck hitter would be Plaka in the cleanup spot behind McLaughlin. I'd like to thank Post 49 of Fairhaven for letting me get in, get set up, get this nice spot right by the backstop. They say you're hit at your own risk. I got no problem with that. As long as the ball hits me in the head, I have a very hard head. It wouldn't hurt. And that could be a double play. There's going to be 1. And oh, he dropped the ball. He dropped the ball, and he's going to be safe. He was trying to come up with it and get the throw down to second. And the bases will be loaded on that error. And I can tell you, I couldn't think of a better guy to have the plate right now in this situation. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Number 35, catcher.
And Plaka, who had a double and a single yesterday and scored the winning run. Got the bases juiced, and boy, Rutland would love to be able to jump out there early and get a big lead. Foul! Came right off the catcher's mask. Becker back. Oh, he had a pitch he liked. He was thinking first pitch fastball. That's what he got because remember now, bases are loaded, nobody down. He can't afford the pitcher I'm talking about, McFadden. He can't really afford to be playful and nibble. He's got to be able to come in. He can't pitch from down in the count. And the Plaka going to get it through the hole. That's going to be the 1 run coming in. That's going to be 1 RBI, and that's going to hold it up. And the Plaka finished strong yesterday, start strong today. 1-0 Rutland. Bases still loaded. And nobody down. Rutland with that one-run lead.
Now batting, number 16, second baseman, Chris Parker.
Chris Parker.
16 Parker.
You talk about a gamer. He's battling mononucleosis. He's out there right now, and table set for a big inning. There's going to be strike one. This time he started him off with an off-speed pitch. 1-0 Rutland, and they've had just what you could imagine. They would dreamt of the perfect first inning offensively. Bases loaded, nobody down, and Parker asked for time as McFadden took a little bit too long to kind of settle in on a sign from the catcher Becker that he wanted. Again, this has got the makings, barring a double play here, of a big inning for Rutland, and that came in high, and that's going to be 1-1 count now, and Parker will duck down out of the way. And don't forget, with the bases loaded, there's a force out at any base, and it does really increase the odds. There's more combinations to get a double play. Oh, that was nasty. There was a bend on that ball that started in Polteny and came around back into Fairhaven before he hit home plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Parker. Boy, a strikeout right here would be huge for McFadden, Bennington, post 13. This is the undefeated bracket of the tournament. He'll duck down and go 2-2. Looked like the same pitch, but he didn't get the snap on it that he wanted to. Now at 2-2, if he has a changeup or a knuckle curve or something funky he wants to throw, he can do it right here. I've always believed just come right up with a hard one out of the strike zone. And that's going to get the run in. That's going to get the run in, and that's going to be over the head of the fielder. And they had to hold up on a tag play. There's going to come the run right there. And he's going to have him, and yeah, he'll be out. No problem. McLaughlin's out. And what happened is they thought it was going to be caught, and they had to tag up and leave the base. And yeah, there's 1 down, but another run in, 2-0. So we got LaPlaca at third as Sharon scores. McLaughlin is out.
Now batted with 1 out. First baseman,
and Parker ends up
17, Zach Quistapace.
At second base. So Quistapace up with the game-winning hit yesterday that drove in LaPlaca. He'll take a ball. Nice eye by Quistapace. Oh, and it's very hard not to be anxious, want to lunge at the first pitches here because everybody's fired up on both sides. But it's 2-0 Rutland with 2 on in the bottom of the first. Scheduled for 9. Long way to go. Great pitch. That's a great pitch. He tickled that inside corner, and if McFadden can get into that groove right there, whoa. Harris won't be available to pitch today. He pitched all 9 innings yesterday for Bennington, so they saved a lot of arms yesterday by getting a 9-inning performance. He'll be outside for a 2-1 count. And again, he took a little bit off that pitch. Not a true changeup, but he goes down in the count, 2-1. Bennington went down 1-2-3 in their half of the first. And Rutland making some noise here. It was Estes that misgauged the ball in center field that had to go over him. I think he was actually watching his right fielder come at him, and they got crowded and didn't communicate, so they kind of laid off the ball, and then next thing you know, it's over their head. But the runners had to hold up and make sure it wasn't caught first. And that was low, and that'll be a walk, and I'll reload the bases for Chad Ryan now. So Chad Ryan up, and that's the first walk issued.
27, center fielder. Chad Ryan, 27, Ryan.
And Ryan's going to be the 7th batter to come to the plate here for post 31. But this is big. You got to take advantage of an inning like this. I do not think 2 runs is taking advantage of it. Coming out of this inning with 4 or 5 runs, bases loaded, 1 down, is getting the full max out of it. Because if you get out here with just 2 runs, you've really kind of kept the door open for Bennington. That's going to be to short. He bobbles it, chases it around. He's only going to get the 1 runner. Had to wait for the call. LaPlaca will come in to score, and it'll be first and third. And it was a close play at second, but after the long wait, they'll call him out.
Now off for Rutland, number 11.
So the third run will come in.
Left field.
Parker goes to third. Quistapace is out on that 6-4 force out. And Ryan will get a fielder's choice. Now McGuire up. First and third, and Chad Ryan with a ton of speed down there at first base. 3-0 Rutland. We're in the bottom of the first. And again, this is the 2 teams who have not lost a game yet in the tournament. Somebody's leaving here today. Winner today doesn't have to play again. Big advantage. Big advantage. Keeps your arms, keeps more pitching arms. Now, Rutland yesterday, like I said, went through in that game that took 2 days to finish, but they started with Rob Turner, They went to Chad Ryan, and then they went to Justin Pomacala. None of them really overran. That's going to be a base hit through the hole. And, yeah, he's going to have it. And you see Parker will score. And, I mean, there's one of the things when I was driving over today, and let me write up my book here. So Parker scores the 4th run.
Next up, number 14. John Holman.
9th man to come to the plate, John Holtman, the number 9 hitter.
John Holman.
4-0 Rutland. But I'm coming over. I want the first pitch. It's going to be ball 1. And I was just thinking, you know, who they're going to throw. McDonald, they're going to throw McFadden. You know, who they got. They one pitcher, Harris, yesterday went all 9 innings. Everybody's available for their runs. But they said, you know, though, all the pitching, all this and that, the difference in this Bennington team and the teams over the last 2 or 3 years is I didn't think their defense was anywhere near as confident and solid as it had been. Now, we've seen a ball hit over the center fielder's head that should have been caught. We've seen a bobble at shortstop, a drop ball at second, and then at play just most recently there at first. That'll be a strike right there, 2 balls, 1 strike. So their defense is, if they have an Achilles heels right now, that's what it is for Bennington. They've given up 4 runs in Rutland now. Of course, there's still 8 innings to go, so don't shut the TV off and think this thing's over. McFadden, the kind of pitcher, too. He's got a lot of character. He can come back, settle down, and shut him down the rest of this ball game. So Holtman, like I said, 9 batters to the plate so far for post 31. Oh, and he'll chase it on that changeup. That'll be the inning, but Rutland will put up 4 runs. A bunch of errors, a bunch of hits. It'll be 4-0 Rutland as we go to the top of the 2nd in this big playoff game. Matt Sharon's team has spotted him a 4-run lead. He had a 1-2-3 first inning, I do believe. Yep. And Dan Lappin up now, and Dan Lappin batting in that cleanup spot.
Dan Lappin, 3rd baseman. Lappin.
Remember, toward the end of the season against Woodstock, Matt Sharon threw a no-hitter. 10 strikeouts. We just missed a perfect game, and there's a strike called. Like I said, the thing about his curveball is he throws it differently each time. He'll throw it hard with the big bend. He'll throw it really soft, like Bill Lee does. I mean, so it's not something you can sit on. And he's a strong kid. He's 6 foot, 6'1". He can bring the heater like that right there, and it's 0-2 to Lappin. Conquista pays defensively. He's at first base. Chris Parker, of course, is your 2nd baseman. Strike 3 looking right down the pipe. That'll be his first strikeout of the game. 4th retired in a row. And Ken Bolson up now.
Now batting for Bennington, number 14, Ken Bolson.
Bolson had a home run against Rutland down in Bennington in that Bennington victory during the regular season. That's going to be fouled straight back for a strike. Matt Sharon, the kind of pitcher, too, whether he's up or down in the score, wants the ball and fires it. No hesitation. Catches ball, set, go. Catches ball, set, go. He's not a pacer. Somebody will walk around and wait pace a lot of time. That one came a little high for Bolts, and it'll be a 1-1 count. Parmenter is the on-deck hitter for post 13 in those blue and yellow uniforms. And it's foul ball. They had his weight. Again, now he took a little speed off from that, had him Bolton leaning out forward on that on his front foot, and it goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's got 1 strikeout, retired 4 in a row. We're in the 2nd inning. It's 4-0 Rutland. Neither team has lost to this point in the tournament. That's got to change today. Whoever loses this game today will play immediately, or 30 minutes later. Oh, he'll strike him out on a high heater. Came up the ladder and got him to swing for it. Back-to-back strikeouts, and that'll bring up Justin Parmenter now with 2 down and nobody on base.
Number 49, right fielder, Justin Parmenter.
Of course, you can hear the golden voice in the background on the PA system. That's legendary Dave Blake, good friend of mine. Coach JV basketball back in the 70s. That Burton, of course, came up through the ranks, won college championships with Castleton. I mean, he's a good guy all around if you want to talk about anything. But, boy, if you want to talk about somebody who knows their sports and can coach it, because that's 2 different things, knowing sports and coaching sports. That's Dave Blake. He's doing the PA system here. 2 strikes, and got him! He will strike out the side, and Matt Sharon's retired the first 6, and he's, I think to say focused is an understatement. back around the top of the order here in the bottom of the second with Rob Dorian. Remember, they hit around, scored 4 runs in the first inning. That's the score, 4-0. We go to the bottom of the second. Dorian was hit by a pitch and eventually came around to score the game's first run. McFadden back on the mound looking for a much smoother inning here. And he's hit Rob Dorian. For the second time in the ball game, he's hit Dorian. It wasn't hard enough to hurt him. It was one of those real soft lollipops. But again, he's starting off with a breaking ball first pitch. It hasn't worked out for him. Again, it's a matter of how far, if he continues to struggle, will Coach Upright go with him. Winner moves on to tomorrow's championship round. And that's going to be you can call that a wild pitch. That'll be behind the runner. And you can see the turn out there by Dorian. So they'll put a runner at second base. And good sportsmanship there. See Matt Sharon pick the mask up for the catcher, Becker. So on a wild pitch, Dorian will move to second base. That's going to be obviously ball 1 to Matt Sharon. And they're going to have, here comes a little chat on the mound. As you can see, Coach Upright. Again, like I said, I know their pitcher yesterday, Kyle Harris, went all 9 innings. They've got to have a good supply of arms left to go in this game, but how far can he go with them before he'd have to yank him? I'm thinking if he gets to the 6-run deficit, that's probably be McFadden's afternoon. So we'll just set the stage. We're in the second inning, bottom of the second. Number 1 seeded Rutland with the red tops today, trimmed out in blue with the white pants, taking on the number 3 seed Bennington, who helped eliminate Brattleboro yesterday. Matt Sharon at the plate, waiting for the meeting to break up. He had a 4 for 5 day today. He has a 1 for 1 day going right now. He had a single his first time up. He's got Dorian down at second base, and they're playing back. I'll see if they're going to what they're doing their infield and their outfield. And they're just playing at normal depth everywhere. Oh, and that could be caught by McFadden. That's going to be a tough play to make the throw out at first. Oh, and they're going to call him out at first. And tell you what, Matt Sharon is like Carl Lewis as far as speed going down the line, but it gets the runner to third for McLaughlin now with 1 down.
Next up for Rutland, number 5.
Very close play.
Third base, McLaughlin.
So Jeff McLaughlin, who reached on an error, wants to drive in another run, and run number 5 sitting out on third base. And with 1 out, there's a lot of different ways to get him in here. That got the inside corner for McFadden, and the pitch that jammed Sharon after the conference with the pitching staff and the coach for Bennington, the last few pitches have all been on the inside part. The plate, that's going to be charged, handled, the throw, and they're going to get the second out. So whatever they said to McFadden on the mound has settled them down to 2 outs now. The runner's still at third. And LaPlaca, he had a single and an RBI, and he eventually scored a run.
Anthony LaPlaca.
But in a playoff game against an arch rival who's a very good team, Bennington is, you got to take advantage of every opportunity you give him to. Guy at third with 1 down, you got to get him home. And that'll be ball 1. And again, he started him off with the breaking ball, first pitch breaking ball. Chris Parker on deck for Rutland. And then LaPlaca wants time as the pitcher McFadden spent just way too long to figure things out. What he wanted to throw will get resituated now. And LaPlaca, who's just been seeing the ball like it's a beach ball and hitting it a mile, got underneath that one. This could be the third out. As you can see, SD's coming in and looking into the sun, and they will strand the runner at third base. That's a big out for Bennington. They'll come to the plate in the top of the third, down 4.
For Bennington,
now we can see
6,
if Bennington can carry some momentum over from that defensive stop in the bottom of the second they had into their offensive top of the third here. Sean Yost will be the leadoff hitter against Matt Sharon, who was a perfect 6 for 6. He's faced 6 Bennington batters, retired the mile. He has 3 strikeouts. They all came in a second when he struck out the side, and he starts off. So he's starting off with a fastball. He's getting up in the count, even if it's only 1 strike. But that really is the key to it, and stating the obvious, and it's the key to it at any level, and that's going to be ball 1 now. He came back with the fastball, makes it 1-1. Quista Pace, Parker, Dorian, and McLaughlin. That's the infield defensively from first all the way over to third. LaPlaca's behind the dish. Matt Sharon's on the mound. And he'll duck out of the way of that breaking ball that didn't break. Makes it 2 balls, 1 strike. McGuire is in left. Center field today's Chad Ryan, and John Holtman's in right field. Now, see, being down in the count 2-1, you're thinking fastball, and that's what he got. And whoa, he wanted that one and didn't get it. He'll go to a 3-1 count to Yost. The on-deck hitter will be Mike Becker. So Bennington looking for their first base runner of the ball game, down 4. A lot of time to play. And, check swing foul. And I have third inning. They've got the second up there, and no, it's the third. So a full count now on that check swing foul ball. 3-2. Whoa, boy, had it at the knee, but caught the plate low, and that'll be the first base runner. Comes on a walk to Sean Yost.
Next batter for
and now Mike
Bennington,
Becker
number
up.
10, catcher Mike
Now
Becker.
Rutland yesterday turned a 1-6-3 double play. I haven't done a ball game yet all season long where they haven't turned at least one. And usually they have multiple double plays in their game, so they're a very solid team defensively. They've got some people in different positions today. It's going to be ball one high. Like Sharon, the pitcher, would usually be your shortstop. Now Dorian's out there, who's usually your center fielder. So little things like that really can throw the synchronization of your infield off on a double play. But right here, it's the problem. He's down 2-0 in the count. He's walked one man. If you can't discuss combinations of double plays or infield defensive plays, if they can't have a ball hit to him to make a play, walks are the biggest enemy of any pitcher, and there's a strike. I have it as 2 balls, 1 strike. And this would be a big man to get on out. It's going to be actually a wild pitch, and they'll send the runner to second, and LaPlaca will hustle over, pick the ball up. Actually right in front of us right there. So a runner in scoring position on a wild pitch. Matt Sharon kind of getting off not to the start he wanted here with a walk and a wild pitch, and Becker up in the count 3-1. Now, not that the bottom of the order cannot produce runs, but you're at the 7, 8, 9 spot in the batting order, and you've handled the first 6 you've faced. You don't want to get in trouble here at the bottom of the order. Oh, and that's going to be to Holtman, over Holtman's head. That's going to score Bennington's first run, and that's going to be extra bases for Becker, and you can see the run coming in right there, and Becker will be down at second base with an opposite field, right center field double. That was one of those inside-outside swings that like Wade Bogg used to do, and you have Becker, nice piece of hitting.
5, Kyle Madura, shortstop.
Now the shortstop,
Madura.
Kyle Madura up. 4-1 now, and I told you that going to be a nail-biter before this thing's all over. Sharon will come in high, and Ken Nikito's getting up in the count early for both pitchers today. And that's enough for Jeff Brewer, the pitching coach, assistant coach. He's seen something in the mechanics, and he wants to come out and talk to Matt Sharon. And I like this. Don't let it get out of control. It's 4-1. You got another run down on second base in scoring position. You have nobody down. Try to correct it now. And that's where we'll pick it up on the other side of the fade, and after the meeting's been complete. So we'll see what advice Coach Brewer had, and Matt Sharon's enjoyed immensely working with Coach Brewer this year. He's really worked on his curveball with him. So here we are with nobody down, run in and second base, and there's a strike called. And again, Madura is at the plate. Bennington in the blue and yellow uniforms, undefeated in the tournament. They beat Brattleboro 8-1. Rutland also undefeated. They defeated Bellows Falls 7-6. Rutland, the number 1 seed, and that's going to be high. And so a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Matt Sharon, of course, recently graduated from Mill River Union High School's first year being with Post 31, and what a great pickup he was. He'll go to 3-1 now, and that fastball missed. Oh, he had that nice fluid flow and easy, nice motion in that first 2 innings, and now he's kind of aiming a little bit. And I don't believe, the plaque is quick, but I don't believe he'll be able to get to it. No, it's actually going to be beyond the fence in the back and out of play. That's okay, I'll make it a full count. Every pitch is a new adventure, and that's how you got to take it. Every pitch is a new life out there, both for the hitter and both for the pitcher. We'll see what they come up with for the call. I'm thinking fastball here, but 3-2 count. Looking for that first out of the inning. Oh, and that's going to be looks to be playable, and no, it's going to drop in. The runner had to hold up because it was so shallow hit. They'll get it into McLaughlin, so we'll have a base hit to left field, first and third with nobody down. Again, it was the kind of hit where the runner had to really hold up. It's the top of the order. John McFadden up. He grounded out to McLaughlin at third base his first time up. So Bennington now with nobody down, 1 run in, first and third, the making of a big inning. See if they want to use Madura's good speed down at first base. See if they can get him to second on a steal. See if they can draw a throw down and release the runner from third. But the third inning turning into a good one so far for Bennington. That's going to be through McLaughlin's wickets, and ball never came up, and it's going to be an error and a run coming in. The second run making it 4-2 now as they've cut the lead in half. And more importantly, though, nobody down still.
Now batting number 2.
And Pete Estes up. He popped out in foul territory.
Number 2, Estes.
To Zach Acquistapace, and bringing Acquistapace in at first base on the grass. Still nobody down, first and second. But that ball there was playable. He just made the error on it. Never really got down on a ball. Never got the dirt in the glove. There's the pickoff play, and a runner back safely at second. Of course, that's called from the dugout to the catcher. And they put Acquistapace, he's not holding the runner on, obviously the runner at second and first, but they have more toward the line. They try the pitch out, and on a set play, they'll go past Acquistapace, and yeah, it's going to be back out. And again, well, I tell you what, Rutland throwing that ball around, having a bad inning defensively. First and third. So as they get set, I just got to get the book into position here. Again, Matt Sharon with that long look in. He looks like he's going to go, yeah, I didn't know if he's going to go full windup or back to the stretch. He's going to go back to the stretch. You knew that first run, 4-run inning Rutland had, that Bennington was going to be coming back. There goes the runner. They're going to throw down on the cutoff position. Now they want the runner to escape and come down. So it'll be second and third, nobody down. That eliminates the traditional double play where you hit the ground ball and they go to second then the first. And on a ball hit, they want to send the runner home. It will be a tag play at home, too. It will not be a force out. And that's going to slice foul. Goes 2 balls and 1 strike. But I'll tell you what, already, only in the third, a lot of strategy, a lot of yakking, a lot of talking. 2 old rivals from Central and Southern Vermont, Bennington and Rutland. Looking to get to the title round undefeated. That's a huge advantage for either team. Great job at the plate on spoiling an excellent pitch. 2-2 the count to Estes, the center fielder. Now what has been the tendency through the first 2+ innings is when he's up in the count like this, he just comes in with a fastball. And that's what he did there. And that's a fair ball, and that's going to tie the game up. That's going to be run number 4, and run number 3 coming in. And just like that, it is 4-4. And Bennington has a runner, and Estes down at second base. Now, Coach Sorelli really wants to get out of this inning with Sharon. He doesn't want to go to the bullpen in the third. So a walk.
Now batting for post 13, number 7.
Kyle Harris up.
Second baseman.
A walk, a couple doubles, a single, and an error have made this into a big inning, and still nobody down. So Rutland's big first inning being answered with Bennington's big third inning. And don't forget, Sharon retired the first 6 batters he faced. He struck out the side in the second. But everything kind of came to a halt here in the third. 4-4, Bennington and Rutland. And that's going to put Bennington ahead as that stayed on the line. It's a fair ball, and you can see him coming around with the go-ahead run. 5 runs in, and a runner at second, and nobody down, and Matt Sharon. They're going to have a conference now with LaPlaca and Sharon.
Next up for Bennington, number 12.
There's Kyle Harris up.
Third base. Number
Ends
12,
up at second
Dan
base.
Lappin.
That's back-to-back doubles, and Lappin up. He struck out back in the second. So we're at the 7th batter to the plate. So a 5-4 Bennington lead, and you know if you're a Rutland fan, it was too good to be true. That 4-0 first inning was never going to hold up. Rutland losing 2-1, winning 2-1 against Bennington in the regular season at St. Peter's Field, and losing 17-9 in Bennington. And whatever adjustments they made to Matt Sharon, they made work. That'll be high for a ball. Again, the winner or the loser of this game is not eliminated, but they will play in the elimination game. Take place 30 minutes at the end of this game. The winner moves on into the title game undefeated. There's a strike, yeah. So it goes to 1-1 the count. Again, looking for the first out, which could be obviously the toughest one to get right now. Came in high. 2 balls, 1 strikes, and they're keeping the outfield straight away for Lappin. He's a good hitter, good gap hitter. Got deceptive power in that bat. And that's going to be to Parker. He'll stay back on the ball. He'll get the first out of the inning. Runner does go up to third, but they really needed the out, and they got it. With 5 runs in, runner goes to third base. That's the first out on that ground out 4-3. Now Ken Bolson up.
Ken Bolson, first baseman.
And he struck out in the second inning. Again, they got another runner, an RBI sitting down at third base. There's a strike. So Sharon did a good job through the first 2 innings of pitching from up in the count, not having that luxury till just now in the third inning. Whoa, called the ball, 1-1 the count. It was close, but I think a little body language by the hitter really didn't hurt, influencing the call. And that's going to hit the umpire, and that the runner will score. You see the ball come back, and a wild pitch will make it 6-4 Bennington. I thought at first when I ricocheted off from the umpire that slowed it down enough where LaPlaca could get to it. Bases are finally cleared. 6-4 Bennington. They've scored 6 runs here in the third. Well, you got to go to a clean slate in your head now if you're the pitcher. Nobody on, just start over and go for it. 3 balls, 1 strike. And right now, it's just a little mechanical hitch in his delivery that's causing everything to come in high. Like I said, I believe Palmacala can get it done. Coming in, they need relief. That's going to be Dorian to first for the second out. And why he can get it done. I think he didn't burn up his innings yesterday. He pitched to 2 batters in the 7th, and then kind of cruised through the 8th and 9th. So with 2 outs, this will be the 9th batter to come to the plate, Justin Parmenter. He also struck out in the second. Bases cleared, 2 down, 6 runs in for Bennington, 6-4 they lead. They overcame a 4-run deficit, and this is going to be a tough play for McLaughlin. Oh, great job. So Rutland with some work cut out now. They got to kind of stop that Bennington momentum. They trail 6-4 now. Chris Parker, he's taking a warm-up swings on deck. He's going to be facing
leading off for Rutland, number 16.
John McFadden.
Second baseman, Chris Parker.
But the difference 16. Now is Rutland down 6-4 in the bottom of the third inning. 4 runs in the first for Rutland, 6 runs in the third for Bennington. It's been a game of big innings so far. Each team's looked shaky at times. And that's going to be a strike called. And Parker will step out and contemplate that call. And, of course, when I'm talking, too, about pitching arms available, Mike Sorelli still available. That could be in a hole deep enough. That's a nice backhand stab by Madura, and got him Parker with a big dive, but he will be thrown out from deep in the hole by Madura with a good, strong arm. That's a big-time play. Now, Quistapace up. He walked his first time up.
31, number 17, first baseman, Zach Quistapace.
Let's go, Z. Come on, kid.
And you see the difference now in McFadden, and now that not only does he have a lead, that's one thing, but he's getting ahead in the count early. So he can dictate the sequencing of what he's going to be throwing. That's going to be strike 2. Boy, oh my goodness, that hit a little girl. She was walking blindsided, got hit by the ball, popped right back up, and she's ran to, I think it must be what is her mother, and she's getting immediate attention. Mike Dorian is here, Dr. Quistapace is here, Dr. LaPlaca is here, and they're all coming down, and oh my goodness, I don't think it got her in the head, but she's got a lot of good medical people around her right now. And Dr. Quistapace is telling everybody on the field, the umpires, everybody, that he said it's going to be okay. I thought it caught her in the shoulder, if anything, but I think it shocked her because she was just walking along minding her business when it hit her. And again, Frank Quistapace over there, Dr. LaPlaca's over there, Mike Dorian. I mean, and plus there's names on service here. Okay, they're looking for ice right now. Oh yeah, I mean the people watching the game are 25 feet maybe from the first baseline. So, okay, we hope for the best. We come back and then everything will be all right. Back with a Quistapace. They're looking for ice for the young lady that was hit. And that's going to be toward the middle and base hit for Quistapace. So he'll have a walk and a base hit, and he'll take the turn and head back to first base now. Rutland down 6-4. As we're in the bottom of the third, they had a 4-0 lead just evaporate.
Next batter for post 31 is number 27, center fielder, Chad Ryan.
Chad Ryan up. He reached on a fielder's choice.
Ryan.
His first and only time up. There's one down and one on. Chad Ryan had some many multiple hit games this year. He's done a good job at the plate.
Come on, Chad. Let's go, buddy.
And again, first ball strike, first pitch strike. And now Rutland's kind of got to make an adjustment to the pitcher McFadden out there. And that'll just miss inside. You can tell by the pitcher's reaction he wanted the call, but it'll be ball 1. And that inside corner, both teams not getting the call right now. So a 1-1 count. Ryan will bend back out of the way and it'll go 2 balls, 1 strike. Quistapace is being held on down at first base by Boltson. But he is again taking a very conservative. That's a 3-step lead now for Quistapace. Of course, his 3 steps are huge, but and it's going to be toward the hole and through for another base hit. See, Quistapace will go into second. And there's Chad Ryan with his first base hit. Makes it first and second, 1 down. And you got to take advantage of all these opportunities, all these base runners. Remember, Rutland had a runner at
with 1 out.
third base with 1 out.
Sean McGuire, left field.
In the second inning and didn't bring him in.
McGuire.
And McGuire had a base hit his first time up. He's got an opportunity. Ball's got to be hit deep enough and soft enough to score a Quistapace. I mean, like that, if you have a hard single, he's not going to be able to score. The ball takes a while to get out there, but McGuire showed bunt, twisted, brought it back down. Pitch came in high. But again, when you look at this now, like 1 out, first and second, 1 run would be an all right inning. 2 runs, of course, would be much more successful. But if you come out with no runs, that's going to be up the middle for a base hit. And it's hit soft enough, and they're going to send a Quistapace home. And here comes the throw, and he's going to beat it. Estes with a great throw, but a Quistapace. That long stride with that big gate will come in and make it 6-5, and that's 3 singles in a row now for Rutland. And that leaves runners at first and second.
John Holman.
And Holtman up.
Holman.
Holtman struck out in the first inning. But there's 1 down. And first and second. And that's going to be a ball. Holtman's got a lot of speed, so anybody can be doubled up. But he'd be a tough guy to double up.
Here we go, Johnny. Let's go, buddy.
So Rutland trying to answer Bennington's 6 runs here in the bottom of the third. Nice stop by Becker. Got down, got dirty, kept the runners at first and second. Great stop by the catcher, Becker.
Here we go,
So both teams undefeated. They're 1-0 in this tournament. Of course, the winner of the tournament overall will play the Northern champion right here in Fairhaven. So, hey, some good baseball coming up. It's going to be a strike. Good pitch. That'll be a 2-ball, 1-strike count. They do have Lappin even with the bag at third base. And, of course, they're not holding the runner on defensively at first. The runner's at first and second. That's going to sail in. And one thing about McFadden is he does pitch differently from the stretch as opposed to the full windup. He's been a much more effective pitcher from the full windup. So a 3-1 count. It's going to be his pitch for him to take a rip at it. And he liked it. You know, that could be that's going to just be foul ball. So that could be just as good as a bunt because by the time they'd gotten the coverage from the shortstop to the third base bag, because Lappin from third was charging the ball along with the pitcher, they never got the lead runner, and that would have been an amazing play to turn and throw the runner out at first, especially with Holtman's speed. So 3-2 count. Rutland looking for the tying run at second base to get brought around by Holtman.
Let's go, Johnny!
He'll dig in again, and we get set. Makes contact. That's what you want. That's going to be one, and he'll turn, and they're going to call him out. Yeah, I think it's a good call. Yeah, he was transferring the ball from the glove to the hand and dropped the ball. So first and third, 2 down. So Ryan goes to third. McGuire is out on
Next
that.
for Rutland is number 10, Rob Dorian, shortstop. Number 10.
Top of the order, Dorian up. He's been hit by a pitch twice today, and I'm sure he'd like to be able to hit it with the bat instead of his body this time. 2 down. He's got the tying run down at third. Oh, great pitch. Again, first pitch fastball right down the pipe, and Rutland's got to kind of start anticipating, guessing if anything, can get that. He started off with a 1-2-3 defensive first inning for Rutland, and then they scored 4 runs, had a 4-0 lead. Oh, and that's got a chance to drop in there, and it's going to score the run. We're going to be tied at 6. They got to play at third base, and he's never made it. He's gone. But the run will count, and it'll be 6-6. You see Holtman just getting up now. Hopefully he didn't jam his wrist or arm, but they get 2, and they tie it up at 6.
Score. Be number 6, left fielder.
So Sharon will be facing Yost
6,
to get this
Yost.
4th inning going. 6-6 game. And just real quickly, Rutland's made a couple base running mistakes. Remember, they had the runner thrown out by quite a bit at home base in the first inning, and they had Holtman there was out by a good 6-7 feet. But clean slate now, tied at 6. That's going to be down to Dorian. He'll stay down on the ball, bobble it around, spin, fire, still throws, and just didn't get him. Yeah, he had a good chance at it, and with that big stretchable body there of Pace, he almost pulled it off. But again, you got to make the plays.
Next up will be number 10, catcher, Mike Becker.
Becker up, he had a double, drove in a run, and scored himself. So they're at the 7-8-9 part of the order. And that 7-8-9 part of the order. In that third inning, all scored runs, all drove in runs. They had a double and a single and a walk in there. So, and what Coach Sorelli's down is discussing the play at first base. Now, it was close, and I can't type from my angle, honestly, if he was safe or out. He was called safe, and that's what we're going to have to go with. Coach Sorelli, always a gentleman, just... Rutland, though, needs to... No, there it is, guys, at first, whether it's good or bad, but get down, get the outs here, and get through this inning with a stop. You just came back, got 2 runs. You don't give any runs back now. Winner has the rest of the day off. Waits for the championship game. He played Monday starting at 1 o'clock. Oh, Becker was on top of that. He was looking for that first pitch fastball, and Chad Ryan will get a hold of it. So an error and a single, and we have runners at first and second, and nobody out. And Matt Sharon nearing the 70 pitch mark already, and we're in the 4th. Now Kyle Madura up, he had a single, drove in a run, and eventually scored himself also.
Post 13, number 5, shortstop Kyle Madura. Number 5, Madura.
So Madura with a chance to reclaim the lead for Bennington. They trailed 4-0, took a lead 6-4. We're tied at 6. And boy, this is going to be a wild one. They always are between Bennington and Rutland. That one came in above the letters for a ball. So I don't know, pitching-wise, who he'd be going to next, but Mike Sorelli hasn't thrown yet in the tournament. And that is going to be caught by Paplaka right in front of Munger vision. And that big, beautiful blue sunny sky, he gets a big out right there. Tracked the ball well and made the catch.
Now batting for Bennington.
And that'll bring up
John McFadden.
the top of the order. McFadden, he grounded out to McLaughlin at third, and then he reached on an error and scored. And not only is that the first out of the inning, but nobody was able to advance out there on the bases. Yeah, they're calling out on double play. Make sure you get at least the first out. Good stop by LaPlaca. Fastball came in low and in the dirt. You can see the cloud of dust kick up. LaPlaca got down and shut the 5-hole up and made the nice stop. So Sharon looking to... There's McLaughlin. There's one. They'll turn and... Double play ends the inning. Bennington will not score. They had 2 runners on with nobody down, and they come up empty and will stay tied at 6 going into the bottom of the 4th. Matt Sharon will be leading things off in the bottom of the 4th for Rutland. And tie game, Sharon has singled and scored in the first, and then he grounded out to the pitcher. And a very close play, very good athletic play by the pitcher McFadden to hustle over to third baseline, pick the ball up and fire just in time to first base and get Sharon. So again, these two teams have a history of a little bit of nastiness to each other, which is cool. I got no problem with that. But they always play tight, exciting, wild, off the wall. Always some big, crazy play happens, and we're right on track. 6-6 in the bottom of the 4th. A lot at stake. You win this game, you're undefeated going into the double elimination tournament championship series for the South. You lose, you play with your back to the wall. You have to take on Bellows Falls 30 minutes at the completion of this game. Now, unfortunately, I'm only taping the one game today. And I'm hoping for Rutland to win anyways, so I'd only tape the one game. But tried to bunt. It was fouled off, caught by the catcher, and I like it. You know why? They had the Lappin was almost in the outfield grass. He comes in now at third base, and that's going to be strike 1 from McFadden on the fouled bunt attempt.
Let's go, Matty.
And it's going to be an 0-2, and an off-speed thing. He tried to stay back on his weight, but still fouled it off. Becker remains your catcher. Bolson is at first base, and Harris is at second. Madura's at short. Lappin's at third. McFadden's on the hill. They got a full 9-inning game yesterday out of their pitcher, and that's going to be custom-made foul ball. I thought it was going to go right to the Bolson at first. And he went up. He's got 2 strikes. He's trying to get the bat on the ball and protect the plate. You have Yost in left, Estes in center, and Parmenter in right. And what I got for a report on the little girl that was hit in the stands with the foul ball is going to have a bruise, but going to be okay. And I don't believe that's going to be playable. I don't think he can get to it in time. No, it's going to be out of play. You couldn't see it, but Becker, there's an out of play line that even if you get to it and catch it, it doesn't matter. The ball's out of play, and that was one of the cases right there. Hey, you're watching PEGTV. Their website's www.pegtv.com. Their phone number is 747-0151, and they're located in Building 24 in the House Center. I'm Jerry Munger. Been bringing you Legion Ball for many, many, many years, and we're here in Fairhaven, Vermont. Bill Woodfield bringing you the Southern Vermont tournament. Oh, and they got him on a changeup. And you don't strike Matt Sharon out that often. That was a great spot to throw the changeup. And he's got him.
Third baseman, number 5.
Now McLaughlin up. He's reached on an error, and then he grounded out to the shortstop, Madura.
Here we go, Jeff.
That'll put LaPlaca on deck. So Rutland looking for a runner with one down here. And he will bunt. I like it because you're making the pitcher get off the mound, and never going to get him. Never going to get him. Now remember, there's a beautiful bunt too. Now don't forget that Sharon tried to lay down a bunt early in the count.
That's a rule of base hit. Brings out the next batter, number 35.
And LaPlaca, who is singled, has an RBI. He scored a run, and he's flying out to center field. But no, you kind of want to make the pitcher get out there, move around. If they're playing deep at the corners, take what they give you. Right now, you're just clawing and scratching, and he runs. Throw to first, runner back safe.
Let's go, 35 catch.
So McLaughlin back to first safely on that throw over.
Let's go, buddy.
So Plaka settling in, is set now. Yeah, it came in low, and then actually might have been too far inside. It's going to be a ball and a good eye by LaPlaca. I said he's been Mr. Clutch hitter all season long, and he's up there. Even though we're only in the bottom of the fourth, this is going to be a nail biter right to the end. We could even be going to longer innings than 9. Yeah, try to come. Oh, my goodness. I got a great spot here. That was the first extended strike zone strike of the game. It's a 1-1 count now.
Go 35.
They'll throw down to first, and Bolson, who's a big guy, will go up and catch the ball. Doesn't sail past him. And goes 2 balls, 1 strike with Parker on deck for Rutland.
Let's go in.
And Becker behind the plate. Don't forget, he's got an excellent, very accurate, excellent arm as far as their thinking steel. And again, that breaking ball never broke, and he's down 3-1 in the count. And it doesn't mean he's going to do it, but you got to really be leaning toward fastball right here. They need runners, but LaPlaca, they've got the mentality. He'd rather have something to put that bat on and tag it.
Let's go, buddy.
He's thinking fastball, got fastball, fouled it off. We go full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Bottom of the 4, 6-6. Rutland had a 4-0 lead after 1, and then Bennington had some hits, had some errors, some misplays by Rutland, and they got a 6-4 lead, and now Rutland's come back to tie it up at 6-all. And that's fisted right up in the air. And the catcher says, I got it, and no reason not to believe him, and he'll make the catch in foul territory for the 2nd out. So good job by the pitcher. Remember, he was down in the count, 3-1. Came back to induce a little pop-up flyout.
Number 16, Chris Parker.
And Parker now, he's
16.
Reached on an error, scored, and then grounded out to the shortstop. And at the time, or still is, it was Madura. And so Parker, still with McLaughlin at first. Pitch called a strike on the outside corner. And McLaughlin hasn't shown a hint yet that he's thinking about going on a steal. He got there in a bunt single. And it's going to be chopped foul past Lappin at 3rd. So we'll just reset. They'll get a ball back to the pitcher, McFadden. Parker will pick up his bat and come on back. And again, if Rutland does advance, they'd play the winner of the Northern Tournament right here at the same field in Fairhaven, which is just behind the high school. And I'm sure Munger Vision will be there. I can't be here Monday if Rutland makes it to the championship game. But foul tip, caught, strike 3. That's the inning. 6-6 we stay going into the 5th. Sharon running over 70 pitches in his count right now in the 5th.
Center field.
They want to be as efficient as possible because the next time he gets in trouble, I got a feeling that'll be his afternoon. So they want him to minimize the amount of pitches here, try to keep the count down as low as he can, and get as many innings out of him as he can. He's going to be looking at Pete Estes, who will swing at that slider and miss. Scoring went like this. Rutland got 4 in the first, 2 in the 3rd. Bennington got all 6 in the 3rd. The last inning, each team was held scoreless for just the 2nd time in the game. That's to Dorian deep in the hole. He'll scoop fire. It's a long throw. Got him. Nice job by Rob Dorian. Again, doesn't matter if you put Dorian in center field or at shortstop or wherever. He always does a good, solid job for you.
Next up for Bennington, number 7, Kyle Harris.
Now Kyle Harris up. He's grounded out to Parker at 2nd, and then he doubled. Drove in a run and scored a run. So Harris having a big tournament so far. He was the winning pitcher yesterday, going all 9 innings in that 9-1 win over Brattleboro. 8-1, I'm sorry, 8-1 win over Brattleboro. And then he's had a good job today at shortstop, or second base, I'm sorry, and with the bat. And there's a strike. Now, if he can maintain that location, which he was doing the first 2 innings, that outside corner at the knee height, he'll be back in good shape. Strike 2, same pitch, same results, 0-2 now. Again, now he's back ahead in the count. And he's thrown a majority of fastballs. He's done a nice job throwing a lot of fastballs. Little change up. LaPlaca says he's got it, says he's got it, says he's got it, does have it. Nice job. Right in front of the dugout, Anthony did that. He is what a catcher should be. He is the general, the leader, He's tough, he's gritty, he's experienced, and
Next for Bennington, number 12.
does a good
Third
job
baseman.
with the bat behind the
Dan
plate
Lampin.
and the dugout.
Here we go, Matty Sharon.
So 2 down now, and Dan Lampin up. He has struck out and grounded out to Parker at second, so he's 0 for 2 today. Oh boy, wouldn't it be just what the doctor ordered to get a 1-2-3 inning here for Sharon? That would give him another life to go to a 6th inning. Remember, these are 9-inning games. That's going to be a ball now. He went away from that first pitch fastball, came back with a breaking ball. Comes right back with a breaking ball again. And what he's doing there, he's starting right at the hitter with the ball and wants to break back to the inside. We have an equipment problem. The strap on the back of LeBlanc's helmet has popped the rivet and broke, so we'll fade down, get Anthony a new helmet, and get going. The Coach Sorelli, not only the coach and bus driver and all that, he got the equipment fixed too. The strap on the top of the helmet that holds that little protective plate in the back had popped free of the rivet. And it's going to be out playing that toward the crowd, and I hope they're watching this time. And nice catch in the stands. Oh, good job. So 1-2 count, 2 down, and again Matt Sharon really looking for and needing a 1-2-3 inning here. He had a 1-2-3 first, a 1-2-3 second, and then pitched to 9 in the third, pitched to 4 in the fourth, and got him. He'll get his 4th strikeout, and now in the inning. Good job coming back with a solid inning by Sharon. Quistapay's getting set to get to the plate here for Rutland, post 31.
17, Zach Quistapay.
And Quistapay has walked and singled. And McFadden settled down nicely out there in the mound for post 13 of Bennington. There's a strike. Again, what happened was he started getting ahead in the count early. Defense let him down on a few plays early in the contest. Rutland had a 4-run first. That'll be a ball. Good eye right there to hold up. Again, it's so important. You win this game, you get the rest of today off. You're going to the double elimination final with no loss, no losses. And good eye right there again. They'll be outside for ball 2. Like I started to tell you an inning ago, the championship game starts, if Rutland made it that far, starts Monday at 1. I can't get out of work and be here. If they go to a second game, I could make that time-wise. They'll throw to first and get a Quistapay on a 4-3 ground out. So they'll retire the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 5th.
Next up for Rutland, center fielder. Number
Chad
27,
Ryan's reached
Chad
on a
Ryan.
fielder's choice, and he singled and he scored a run. So Ryan, again, he puts pressure on you because he's got that tremendous speed out of the box. And there's first pitch breaking ball, strike 1 called. And doing a nice job is McFadden of keeping the Rutland hitters off balance. And that's got a chance to be a gapper. And would he make that catch? Did he come up with that? Oh my goodness, he robbed him of at least a single, probably a double on a great diving catch. I didn't get a chance on it at first, but a nice job out there by Parmenter.
Fielder, number 11, Sean McGuire.
Yeah, McGuire up. He's 2 for 2 today. He's got 2 singles. So he went the other way with that. It's going to be slowed down enough by the mound so that the shortstop Medora can fire, and got him. So 1-2-3 inning for Bennington, and we'll go to the 6th inning, still tied up at 6.
First baseman, number 14, Ken Bolson.
Ken Bolson up for Bennington. He has struck out and grounded out to the shortstop, Rob Dorian. As Matt Sharon's been able to get into the 6th inning. Like I said, though, I got a feeling, and it's all conjecture on my part, that if he gets into trouble, that he'll get the hook. He's getting up in the pitch count. That's why I was amazed yesterday that the Bennington pitcher, Harris, was able to go all 9 innings. There's a base hit to center field, and that'll be a leadoff hitter on here at first base in Bolson. Now Parmenter up. Well, Rutland has turned a double play today, and they've got the combination speed-wise with Bolson and Parmenter up. Parmenter struck out and grounded out to McLaughlin at third. So the pitch on the way, and from the stretch comes Sharon, and yeah, he seems to come in high with his pitches when he has to go to the stretch. Quistapay is holding the runner on at first base. Bennington and Rutland split the regular season. And they're tied up here, and they're in the undefeated bracket, the winner's bracket. That's going to be foul ball down the first baseline, well out of play, and another nice catch. A couple nice catches by the fans today, and of course the unfortunate incident, the little girl getting hit with a line drive foul ball, caught her off guard, got her up in the shoulder area, I believe, but the thumbs up from all the doctors in the stands, and we took that as a good sign. And that's going to be fouled off into the stands here again, and a 1-2 count with nobody down. To Perimeter and Yost on deck. Bennington in those blue and yellow uniforms. There goes the runner, and it's a hit and run through the hole. And the only reason that worked, you see Perimeter go to first, runner goes to third, and McLaughlin will stop the ball. Because on a hit and run, with the runner taking off, Parker vacated the hole the ball went through to go cover the throw on the, because it was a right-handed hitter, he went to cover the bag for the throw from the catcher, but ended up going right through the hole on a hit.
Number 6, Yost.
So Yost up, he's walked, scored, and reached on an error, and the go-ahead run sitting down at third base. And Yost with nobody down at the plate now. And there is some action in the bullpen. I believe it was Mike Sorelli that went down to start warming up for Rutland. We're getting late now. We're in the 6th inning of a 9-inning game, tied at 6. Great pitch. And it's been this from Yost down, and it scored 3 of Bennington's 6 runs. Actually 4, because they had an RBI at the top of the order. That was driven in by the bottom of the order. So the bottom 3 hitters, the 7, 8, 9 hitters, are responsible for 4 of 6 runs here for Bennington. Fouled straight back. Fastball just challenged him right there. And Yost had a good beat on it, fouled it back for a 1-2 count. 4 strikeouts in the game for Sharon, and boy, if he could pull one out of his hat right here, this would be the perfect spot to ring one up. So Yost got to make contact here with 2 strikes. Oh, you can see by the reaction of the catcher and the pitcher, Sharon and LaPlaca, they thought they had him rung up. That wasn't the hard curveball, that was the light curveball, and he didn't get the call. Bennington Rutland have it no other way. 6-6, a nail biter. Comes up high for a 3-2 count. Overthrew the fastball that time. And a walk here would juice the bases. Yost set, and the sign, the target outside, and oh man, 2 clip pitches. Last 2 of the last 3 pitches, so close. Couldn't get the call. Now load the bases. Well,
bases loaded for catcher number 10.
Mike Becker, he's got a double and a single.
Number 10,
For an RBI, he scored a run. And Jeff Brewer is going to come out and have a conversation, because this has got the makings of a disastrous inning for Rutland. We'll pick it up on the other side of the meeting. The Rutland-Bennington game during the regular season in Rutland, a situation very similar to this. On a ground ball hit to Chris Parker, he threw home as a force out at any base. See if Rutland, they're playing the infield in. Okay, so they are playing to cut the runner down at home base. Becker's an excellent hitter, though. And boy, he held up on a pitch that, again, 3 of the last 4 pitches could have easily gone either way on that strike ball count, and they've gone against Sharon, and that's 1 ball, no strike. So Becker going to the foul, spanked it foul. Nice job of going outside pitch. Went down the opposite field with it, but it'll be a 1-1 count. Like I said, Becker 2 for 2 today. Double, single, RBI, and scored a run. So Matt Sharon from the full windup now, since the bases are loaded. Oh, change up. 1-2. Becker would be a huge guy to get out. You know, you're looking at Kyle Madura on deck, and another guy having a good day today with the bat. And that's going to be hit too slow to go home, I believe. There's 1. There's 2. They'll get the 2 outs. And the run will come across the plate, and it'll be 7-6 Bennington, but a good choice there. The ball was hit way too deep in the hole. to try to throw the runner out. Bolson scores.
Get 2, get 3.
Next up for Bennington, number 5, shortstop, Kyle Madura.
So the number 9 hitter now with 1 run in. Runner at third, 2 down is Madura. And you missed it because I was doing my bookwork. 7-6. Bennington's come back from a 4-0 deficit to take a 7-6 lead. They had a 6-4 lead and couldn't hold it. And now they're back up 7-6. And that called a ball also. So with 2 down, Matt Sharon trying to keep the damage to just that 1 run. Oh, that's going to be tagged, and great catch, great catch. He made up for a mistake. He came in on the hit and then went back, and McGuire, you got to put a bookmark there. That could be the play that determines the outcome of the game. 7-6 Bennington as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Struck out and reached on a fielder's
Right fielder,
choice.
John Holman, number 14.
And he's the number 9 hitter, so top of the order, Dorian on deck. Remember, he was thrown out trying to go to third base on a base hit. And finds himself down 7-6 in the bottom of the 6th. And I just got into my final battery, so.
Let's go, Johnny. Come on, Ken.
Hot days, they usually last a lot longer than this. And that's going to be right to the first baseman, and Bolson will just step on the bag for the first out. So 1 down, now Dorian up.
1 down, that brings up number 10, shortstop, Rob Dorian. Number 10, Dorian.
Well, actually, I think I do have another battery in my bag, so okay.
Come on, Diamond, let's go.
That's important for me to check on that, yep. And there's a strike call to Rob Dorian. Dorian has been hit by a pitch twice in single, so he's been on base 3 times today.
Here we go, Digger.
Twice using his bat, and twice using his body, and that's going to be a that's going to be tough. No, they got him. Great play. Great play. At first, when I saw that, I think there's any way at all they were going to be able to get Dorian out.
Next up for Rutland, number 22, pitcher, Matt Sharon.
Now Matt Sharon up. He is singled, grounded out to the pitcher McFadden, and struck out his last time up.
Go, Matty.
McLaughlin's on deck, and that's a high chopper to Lappin. He'll let it play twice, yeah. The second bounce is what killed him. Yeah, so Sharon's going to be on with an error, via an error. And when Lappin didn't come in and play the first bounce, he was in a whole lot of trouble at that point.
Let's go, buddy.
Now McLaughlin has reached on an error, grounded out to the shortstop, Harris.
Number 5.
Or Madura, I don't know why I keep doing that, and then had a bunt single last time up. We're getting to nail-biting time, bottom of the 6th, and that's going to be a great piece of hitting. And that's going to drop in, and that's going to at least get Sharon to third. And there's Matt will pick up first and third now for LaPlaca, the catcher. You can see LaPlaca having to get his catcher's shin guards off.
Hey, Jeff! I want you to think. Let's go. Let's tie this up. I want you to think.
So Rutland with 2 down, 2 on, down 1 run in the bottom of the 6th. And right now, Time Collins going to be the pitcher-catcher with the chat.
Rutland, number 35, catcher.
With an RBI single today, looking to tie the game up. He's got a runner at third, but the 2 down, first and third. See if McLaughlin gets the green light to go here. Remember, Becker behind the plate has an outstanding arm. And that'll be a ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Parker on deck for Rutland. And again, this is a game that I couldn't not come and do this game because it was Bennington-Rutland in the winner's bracket. Somebody's got to lose for the first time. Nice stop. Great stop by Becker. 2 balls, no strikes. There is a huge gap out there in left center field for LaPlaca, and that's his place, man. That's LaPlaca's hangout. That's where he drives the ball. So 2-0, and 2-0 pitch. You can sit there and wait for your pitch, and he did, and foul. Oh, he got around on it. Oh, you can see the reaction down there at third base by Sharon. Yeah. 2 balls, 1 strike. He knew what he was waiting for in the pitch count in a sequence, and it came in, and he was all over it.
Hey, let's go, Ed. Try it again, buddy.
So LaPlaca And everybody gets back in position now. He's on that right side of the box, of course, the Rutland catcher.
Let's go.
He'll duck down, and it'll go to a 3-1 count. Believe me, he'd really prefer not to have the bat taken out of his hand here with a walk. He'd rather, much rather, be able to get something he can hit.
Here we go, 35.
And he'll go down. Bases juice with 2 down for Rutland. First time the bases have been loaded for Rutland since the first inning. And Parker up. He's reached on an error and scored. He's grounded out to Madura at short, and he struck out in the 4th.
Parker, number 16.
Now it's imperative as a pitcher, McFadden here for Bennington, to get ahead in a count early with the bases loaded. Oh, he jumped on that first as a fastball first pitch, and he was jumping all over it. That's what he was sitting on. He was waiting for, because they couldn't take the chance of missing with the breaking ball or making a mistake with it. So it goes to 0-1. Now right here, as the pitcher, you can come back with a breaking ball or the changeup, whatever you want. High fastball, 1-1 to count. 2 down, bottom of the 6th. Bennington took the lead in the top half of this innings. They trailed 4-0. They took the lead 6-4. Rutland tied up a 6-all, and then Bennington just took the 7-6 lead. They're supposed to go 9. Great pitch. 1-2. And again, this is the pitcher's delight. This is his choice. He still has a spot in the count where he can dictate to the hitter how it's going to go. Here, Parker, you want to put the bat on the ball.
Here we go, 1-6 now, kid. Here we go.
I'll tell you what, that was close. I don't know with 2 strikes how you hold up on that one, but put that one down as a gift, and don't watch one like that again, because they'll ring you up. If the same pitch is thrown right here, they're going to ring you up. Ball tip caught by Becker. Rutland will leave the bases loaded, stay 7-6 going into the 7th. Bennington. Okay, look at the new pitcher, Mike Sorelli. He comes in the 7th inning with Rutland down 1 run. His job, very obvious, is to hold the fort and keep it at a 1-run deficit. Matt Sharon, who was the pitcher, he's gone out to play shortstop. And then Chad Ryan went to left field to replace Sean McGuire. And that puts Rob Dorian out in center field. And that is the changes.
Starting top of 7th for Bennington, post 13, is their leadoff hitter and pitcher.
Pitcher
4.
John McFadden.
John McFadden
Will be coming up first against Mike Sorelli. Remember, Rutland stranded a bunch of base runners in the first inning. You know, they picked up the 4 runs. They had a chance. They had a runner thrown out at the plate. They left runners in scoring position. And then they just left the bases loaded this last time. And that fastball will be strike 1 on a swing and a miss. Fan will step out, look down to the third base coach. We're in the 7th. We're getting in the last third of regulation. The 7th, 8th, 9th inning came back with a off-speed pitch. Missed a little bit outside. If anything, too, also a little bit high, probably. Comes back, fastball. Got him to go up the ladder and chase it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. McFadden at the plate right down. Estes up next, number 2 hitter in the order. And came inside for a little armpit music and didn't get the swing or the call. So McFadden will step out. Sorelli's all set to throw. He had to wait for the... Oh, got him. Went upstairs with a couple fastballs, then came down low and outside to get that one. And so Sorelli will start off his tour of duty with a strikeout. Sharon ended up with 4 strikeouts.
Fielder number 2, Peter Estes.
And Estes up. He has flied out to the first baseman, the Quista base. He's doubled and scored, and then he grounded out to the shortstop at the time, which was Rob Dorian. And boy, I had a nice tailing away action. That'll be strike 1. Again, the bottom of the order has done a lot of damage for Bennington today. We're at the top 3 right here, but Bennington was held scoreless the first 2 innings, got 6 runs in the 3rd, picked up a run in the 6th. That's we fouled out a play. and nobody's going to be hit. And so I would have believed it when we're not. I knew the starting pitchers when I was arriving here that this would be a high-scoring game. And I think 7-6 is. That's fouled back again. We'll stay at 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Sorelli, who I believe is going to be a junior this year in high school, has showed tremendous poise throughout the season and has only gotten better, whether it's been as a pinch hitter, playing third base, or on the mound. And that's going to be a little nubber. Sorelli will have time, and just got him. The key to it was he never panicked. He didn't panic and start to fumble around. He just made the play. And they'll be 2 down now. He's got a strikeout, and then he's assisted on that 1-3 ground out. Kyle Harris up. He's grounded up to second base. Chris Parker, he has doubled and scored a run, has an RBI. And he fouled out to the Plaka, catcher.
Second baseman Kyle Harris.
So Harris, with 2 down, looking to start a 2-out rally here. Or actually Bennington's ahead 7-6, but looking to get something started on the offense with 2 down. And, ooh, that'll miss. Missed by a little. So Rutland at this point in the tournament has used Turner, Chad Ryan, Pamakala, Sharon, and Sorelli. That's a lot of arms for 2 games worth of work. As you can see, Harris asked for time, and he'll be granted. He wants to step out and probably just break Sorelli's rhythm up there, because Sorelli had been catching and firing. That's going to be down to Parker. It takes a nice little bounce for him. He'll come up with it, throw to first, and Mike Sorelli gives them just what they needed. A defensive stop, a 1-2-3 inning in relief of Matt Sharon. 7-6 Bennington. Looking at McFadden again. 4th time up against McFadden. See if he's zoomed in on something here. He's 1 for 2 officially. He walked in the first inning, then he singled and scored in the 3rd, and he grounded out to second base in the 5th. But the 7th inning of work starting out here for McFadden. And remember, their pitcher yesterday for Bennington, Harris, went all 9 innings. And I think the philosophy by watching this tournament unfold is by Bennington's post 13 head coach Mark Upright. 1-1 count. Go as long as you can. If they're throwing strikes and they're ahead, stay with them. I do not know the status of Derek McDonald, the pitcher. It's foul ball, strike 2 for Bennington. Yeah, he didn't pitch early in the year. He had arm trouble, then he did pitch, and he was in on a bench when I was there. Are they saving him to come in as a closer role today if they needed him in a 7-6 game? Are they saving him for the championship game, or if they lose this to go to the 3rd game? I honestly don't know. It's a big secret in the dugout. But McFadden out there, and he went, dropped 3rd strike. They'll throw down to 1st, and 1 down here in the 7th. He'll get twisted pace.
Next up for Rutland, number 27, left fielder.
Now bring up Chad Ryan. Ryan's got 1 single. He's also been on base because of a fielder's choice, and he flied out to right field his last time. But McFadden not throwing overly powering stuff, but he's just keeping him off balance enough. Now, in that first inning, remember, he was getting hit pretty good. And his defense did make some mistakes behind him, too, though. But that's going to be down to first base, and Boltson will step on the bag. And 2 down. They're certainly not making him work. He's getting through with the least amount of pitches other than 3 that he's could throw. And they're just flying through the order now as there's 2 down. And now Sean McGuire will be Sorelli taking the spot of McGuire. Supposed to be Sorelli's first at bat. Because he was plugged into the pitcher spot, and he's going to hit in place of
now batting
Sean
number 12, Mike Sorelli. Pitcher, Sorelli.
Sorelli, very good hitter, knows the strike zone, even though he kind of jumped back on that breaking ball. And it'll be 2-0 on a pitch that just missed the inside corner. Bennington, though, to their credit, really did a nice job of not panicking after being down 4-0 after just 1 inning. I mean, it's a 9-inning game. Big swing and a miss right there for strike 1, 2-1 to count. Oh, no, I mean, they fell behind 4-0. They could easily have panicked and said, oh, my goodness, but they didn't. And 2-2 now. And actually, McFadden pitching better now than he did in the first portion of the ball game. It's a warm day. It's not overly. Yesterday was much hotter and more humid than this.
Here we go, Mike.
And he'll hold up, and nice job. He'll run it to a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and he'll check with the umpire at first base, and he'll say, no, he did hold up. It's Mike Sorelli, 3-2, looking to get on with 2 down. Strikes out. So 1-2-3 inning, Rutland down 7-6 going into the 8th. 2-3 first inning of work, hoping for at least a scoreless inning. She'll face Dan Lappin for the first time today. And Lappin on the afternoon has struck out twice and grounded out to second baseman Chris Parker. So he's hoping that a change of pitchers will give him a change of luck here at the plate. We're in the 8th inning, scheduled for 9, Bennington up 7-6. You're watching the winners bracket. Both of these teams won their opening game of the Southern Vermont tournament. Whoever wins this game will go to the finals, championship game, undefeated in the double elimination game. Be sitting in real good shape. 2-0 the count. The loser will have to play after this. I won't have that game for you because I'm running low on battery power. But they'll make their road a lot harder, whoever loses this, because they'd have to win today in the second game to survive to get to the championship game. And then they would have to eliminate, hypothetically, Bennington twice. So Sorelli with a strikeout and a walk in his
Bennington, number 14.
Work so far.
Ken Bolson.
Now Bolson up. He has struck out, grounded out to short, and singled. And Rutland will have Zach Aquistapace hold the runner on first base. Again, Rutland got off to just a dream start. Defensively, they shut Mount Anthony or Bennington down in the top of the first. They came back with 4 runs in the bottom of the first, and that's popped up a mile. There, I'm trying to find who's got it. Holtman's got it. No, he dropped it, and they're going to throw the ball away. It's going to be backed up, and boy, a lot of stuff happened on that because it should have been caught, number 1. For the out, but number 2, after he dropped it, they could have easily thrown the runner out at second, and he threw it away to nobody. So a walk and an error, and things not looking good. Justin Parmenter up. He had a singles last time up.
Number 49, Justin Parmenter, right fielder.
Now Rutland, for the most part, this season has avoided just those types of mistakes because it will cost you. 7-6, nobody down, and now there's the throw to first, and even though they're not holding them on, they've had that play before where Quistapace will turn and try a sweep tag on him. Big moment in the 8th, though. Bennington can get some insurance runs here. And again, yeah, now Coach Sorelli talking to his son who's pitching, Mike, right here. He wants to come to the plate. Doesn't want him to mess around at first base. Oh, and that just missed. Down and away for ball 1. No, I knew it was too good to be true when Rutland had that 4-0 lead. Jeff's got 1. McLaughlin has touched the bag for the lead runner out, and did he get him? Yes, he got a double play. McLaughlin got the lead runner and turned the double play. That's the second double play for Rutland. And they couldn't have came at any better a time than that right there.
Next batter for Bennington, number 6, left fielder Sean Yost. Number 6, Yost.
So Yost up now with 2 down and a runner on second. And LaPlaca talking to his pitcher Sorelli because, yeah, that was great what happened, but you can't let down. You can't let down now. You got the 2 outs because that runner at second. Rutland with only 6 outs left to work with offensively, down 1. Remember in the second, Rutland had a runner at third with 1 out and could not score him. Yost has been a pain in the butt all day to Rutland. He's at the plate. There's a strike. Oh yeah, when they left the bases loaded later in the game, didn't get a run. So you start counting up missed opportunities, it's putting you in a pickle. It's going to be outside. A nice stop by LaPlaca. 1-1 to count. Becker, the on-deck hitter, standing in the on-deck circle with his catcher's shin guards on. That's what catchers do. They wait to make sure that you're going to get up to the plate. Oh, close to take. That'll be a ball. 2-1 to count. And we're going to have defensive changes coming up for Rutland. There's this nice pitch inside corner. 2-2 the count. That was a great pitch. So Yost with 2 strikes. Says something to the umpire, then he'll step back in. Sorelli with a strikeout already and a walk. Would love strikeout number 2. Got it! And Bennington starts things off with 2 on, nobody out. Rutland gets a double play from McLaughlin. Sorelli with the strikeout. They're coming up in the bottom of the 8th. Down a run. Brewer will hit in place of Holtman.
Pinch hitting now, number 26, Garrett Brewer.
Now Brewer, the kind of guy that can take this thing and put it up on Route 4 and tie the game up. Of course, that'd be great. But I think his objective right now is to get on base. Rutland down to their last 6 outs. We're going to bomb the 8th. McFadden still on the mound. That's a ball. Rutland's defense has turned 2 double plays today, which has been just unbelievably keeping them in the ball game at 7-6 right now. That'll be high for ball 2. My question would be, if Brewer does say get on base, will they pinch run for him where they have a courtesy runner come out?
There we go, Brewer. Let's go.
But it's getting close. Big swing and a miss on the fastball. Boy pulled his head off the ball, and it'll be a 2-1 count. That was the pitch he was waiting for. He got in the count to 2-0. He was sinking fastball through fastball and just pulled the head off the pitch. Oh, I'll tell you what. He'll get the benefit of the doubt at 3 balls, 1 strike. That brings quite a few calls from the Bennington dugout, but it'll make it 3-1 count. Now, yeah, if it's in your zone, do you gas it right here? Fouled off. It was right down the pipe, and he got underneath it. We go to a full count to Garrett Brewer getting his first at swing here as he's pinch hitting for John Holtman in a 7-6 game. McFadden on the mound for Bennington's gone the distance. He'll get a piece of it, and that's going to stay fair. Pick up the throw. Got him. So it'll be 1 down. It brings up the top of the order, Rob Dorian. That's a good play at third by Lappin. And now Dorian, then Sharon.
Got batted for Rutland, number 10, the leadoff hitter, Rob Dorian.
So Rob Dorian, top of the order, has been hit by a pitch twice, singled and grounded out to the pitcher. He has scored a run, the game's first run.
Come on, buddy. Start with 1.
And that's came in high for a ball. It's not where the catcher catches the ball, and you get a great view of that here. It's across Dorian's lettering in the front that says post 31, says Rutland on it. Oh, he helped him out. He went up a ladder and took what would have been a ball, and that's going to be a catch, and that's the second out. Yeah, that was up and out of the strike zone, and he went up and chased it. And
with 2 outs, that brings up number 22, Matt
2 down,
Sharon.
Matt Sharon up now.
Shortstop,
He
22
singled, grounded out to the pitcher, struck out, and reached on an error. Boy, I tell you, Rutland going to have a little dinker hit there, and it's going to be picked up by the pitcher, and a throw, and got him. A 1-2-3, and Rutland needs a defensive stop in the top half of the 9th. They're down 7-6. And into left field for Rutland
Becker.
defensively. Becker is going to be at the plate for Bennington, and we're in the top of the 9th. Rutland starting off with a 4-0 lead. There's a strike from Sorelli starting his 3rd inning of work. Done a good job. Becker, good hitter. They need to get that leadoff batter out. Strike 2. Totally fooled him with a pitch. But a 6-run 3rd right now, really looking to be the difference in the game as Bennington was able to get 6 runs in the 3rd, tack 1 on the go-ahead run, the potential winning run right now later in the game. And boy, you just had him completely off balance. He got a piece of a nice job by Becker to get a piece of the ball with 2 strikes to stay alive. Stays 0-2. And again, the loser not eliminated. They just have to play again today, which we're taped late, and I won't have that game for you because I'm on my last battery. Oh, and they want to check it, and they're going to say he held up. So it stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. As a catcher, you should always do that. You never know when you're going to get the call or not. You've got to always check down the umpire. Came in with a heater, and it'll be 2-2 now. I said it's going to be Becker at the plate, Kyle Madura on deck, and John McFadden due up. The loser, though, I can tell you, this game will play Bellows Falls, post 37. Oh, he went. Yeah, it was a helpless swing, and Becker knew it. He knew it all by him without being told. That's 3 strikeouts now. That's 3 strikeouts.
Now batting shortstop, number 5.
For Sorelli, he's got the 1 walk. Now Madura up. He has singled and scored. Flied out to La Placa in foul territory. There's a strike called.
Let's go, fellas.
But before you can even talk about coming back to win, if you're Rutland, you've got to hold Bennington here. You want to go into the bottom of the 9th, down just the 1. You can see the pitch coming in, and that looks to be playable. Parker's right there, and he'll make the catch. 2 down now for Sorelli. And we'll be looking at the top of the order, as that was Madura that flied out to Chris Parker at second.
With 2 outs,
John McFadden up.
Number 4 pitcher, John McFadden.
McFadden's grounded out to third base. McLaughlin, he's also reached on an error and scored a run. He hit into a 5-4-3 double play, and he struck out his last time up. And that looks again to be Parker's ball. It's going to be called off by Parker. Rutland, got to get a run. Keep this thing going. 1 to tie, 2 to win. We go to the bottom of the 9th. So it'll be McLaughlin in the bottom of the 9th looking at McFadden. McFadden has started and gone into the 9th inning for Bennington. He's the second Bennington pitcher in 2 days to go into the 9th inning. Remember, yesterday, Kyle Harris went the distance in the win over Brattleboro. McLaughlin, then La Placa, then Parker. That's going to be a ball. If I had to say just one thing, is from the first inning on, or actually from the second inning on, Rutland lost a little patience at the plate. It's going to be ball 2. Now, they have had people on and haven't got the timely hit, but they've also been helping out McFadden to a point. McFadden's pitched an excellent game, but to a point, they've been very anxious, and there's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Winner stays undefeated, goes into the double elimination championship series finals, only needing to win 1 game. That's going to be the Lappin. Scoops, fires, and got him. 1 down, 2 more outs for Rutland. La Placa up.
Next batter for Rutland.
La Placa with a base hit today. He's also walked, flied out twice.
La Placa.
And with Chris Parker on deck, La Placa.
Come on, let's go 35. Let's go 35.
It'd be a game though where you'd have to think about the 4-run first inning you had. The runner at third with 1 out in the second you didn't bring in, and then the base is loaded later on. And I'll tell you, Anthony La Placa questioning the strikes, and 2 completely different pitches there. 1 way high, 1 way low, and both called strikes.
That first strike almost hit my goddamn elbow. This is ridiculous.
And he'll look down, and he'll call him safe that he held up. And I got to tell you, I honestly thought it was a strike without swinging, but he'll get a little break right there, and he'll stay 1 and 2. Bennington picked up the go-ahead run in the 6th inning. Mike Sorelli came on relief. Has done a nice job for Rutland. And that's going to be outside for a ball. 2-2 the count. They want to look at the ball and change the ball, and they'll throw the ball out of play. Must be scruffed up. And boy, Bennington, imagine going into the double elimination finals with no losses. All you got to do is just win 1 or 2 games. You've only used 2 pitchers to this point. That'll be ball 3. And by that, I mean, if McFadden finishes out, he'll join Harris as going all 9 innings. And I think what Coach Upright speculating here, if you don't come and tell him your arm's about to fall off or hurts, he'll just let you, his game go as long and hard and far as you can. And boy, on some borderline pitches both ways, LaPlaca lived on the edge right there.
Joe!
And now they want a courtesy runner. It'll be Tourney.
Second baseman Chris Parker.
So
16,
Toronto is going to
Chris
come out
Parker.
and run for LaPlaca. Now, if they ended up tying or something went to the 10th inning, LaPlaca would be able to re-enter as the catcher. Now, with one out, that's a good move. They need a little more speed out there. Parker up.
For LaPlaca, Joe Trono, number 25.
Now, Parker, his last 2 times up, has struck out. And that's very un-Parker-like. But like I said, he's battling mononucleosis right now. So, and he's out here in the hot sun and the heat. And
Right here. Come on now.
oh, that's going to be caught for the second out. Yep. Right off the fist. And again, that's what I'm talking about, being a little anxious. They're kind of lunging at that breaking stuff. And with 2 down now, it's up to Zach Aquistapace, who struck out his last time up.
Now batting for post 31, number 17, first baseman, Zach Aquistapace.
So Aquistapace at the plate with 1 on, 2 down. Rutland down 1, bottom of the 9th.
Let's go, buddy. Come on, 17. Here we go now. Yo, not yours.
That's going to be a strike. You know, it came in rather high, but loser plays again today against Bellows Falls. And then the loser of that game is gone. They'll join Brattleboro on the sideline. 0-2, and it's right up to the we're going to have a talk with Aquistapace and Brewer. But at 0-2 in the count, you can go up out of the strike zone with the fastball. You can throw the changeup. You can throw the breaking ball out of the strike zone. This is the pitcher's delight. And Brewer with a chat with Aquistapace. A lot of it can too, just be calming the hitter down. So in an afternoon, it started off gloriously. Rutland's Matt Sharon on the mound retired the first 6 hitters he faced, then surrendered to 6 runs with a little help from his defense, not playing well behind him. Gave up 6 there, and then a run later, 7-6 Bennington, 2 strikes, and the pitch will be a ball. And I'll tell you what, that was a very fortunate ball, because with 2 strikes, you can't wait for the umpire to call that. You've got to protect the plate. 1-2, runner at first. Toronto running for LaPlaca. Strike 3 looking. Oh, caught him looking, and Bennington will go into the title game. 2 wins, no losses. It's double elimination. They only have used 2 pitchers. Each pitcher has gotten the full 9 innings. They overcome a 4-run deficit from the first inning on, and they're going to be playing in the title game. So congratulations to Bennington. Good effort by Rutland. Rutland's got another game coming up today that I won't have for you. But from Fairhaven, Vermont, Jerry Munger saying get out there, support Legion Baseball, support your student athletes. Always support Munger Vision.